Thus began the second chapter of Jack's tale. No longer just a boy from Yellow Vine, he now stood at the crossroads of destiny in the cursed kingdom of Macintock. The question remained, would this commoner rise where knights and sorcerers have failed? Jack had wandered for 3 days and nights before arriving at the great city of Macintock. His body was weary, his feet blistered, and his eyes heavy with exhaustion. Yet, when he first saw the towering giant beanstalk piercing the clouds above the palace garden, his heart stirred with fantasy. What if I were the chosen one to cut it down?
What if I were the chosen one to cut it down?
He thought, but deep down he knew he was powerless. With no strength and no plan, Jack found a pub to rest a night, for even dreamers needed sleep. At sunrise, he resolved to search for a job. He went from street to street, asking one shop after another. The bakery turned him away because he had no skill in kneading dough or baking bread. The blacksmith laughed at him, for Jack had never swung a hammer on an anvil before. Rejections piled upon him, and by midday he was sitting hopelessly on a street corner, wondering if fate had abandoned him. But Jack was a lucky man. As he looked up, his eyes caught a poster on a wall. Lumberman hiring. Desperation and hope carried him to the lumber yard. The master lumberman, seeing Jack's eagerness and determination, decided to give him a chance. The work was grueling. At first, Jack struggled with every swing of the axe, but slowly his hands grew stronger and his body accustomed to the toil. Soon, he found joy in the rhythm of chopping trees and peace in the quiet of the forest. One day, during a break, Jack sat on the stump of a freshly cut tree. He was admiring the forest when he noticed something strange. His wooden sword necklace was glowing faintly. Curious, he lifted it and saw runes shimmering across its surface. As he touched them, the necklace transformed into a majestic, radiant sword. Jack's heart raced, but then he remembered the merchant who had once sold him the trinket, whispering,
"One day you will understand its worth."
Before Jack could marvel further, a voice echoed in his mind. It was the sword itself.
Cut a tree.
Obeying, Jack swung at a massive oak. To his shock, the blade sliced through the trunk as though it were butter. In disbelief yet overflowing with excitement, Jack realized he held a weapon beyond mortal comprehension. From that day, Jack's lumbering skill surpassed every man. While the master lumberman could cut 100 trees in a day, Jack felled 1,000. His name spread across the land until even the king himself heard of him. Convinced that Jack might be the one destined to fell the beanstalk, the king summoned him. But Jack, fearing his secret would be discovered and his sword taken, did not appear. Angered, the king instead called upon Thanatos, the greatest warrior of the realm, known for slaying thousands. Before a great crowd, Thanatos struck the beanstalk with his mighty blade. The blow carved a deep scar, but to everyone's horror, the cut healed instantly. Again he struck, but the beanstalk now sprouted sharp, thorny defenses. The warrior's strength was useless. The crowd gasped, and the king fumed with shame. Meanwhile, famine spread across the land. Crops withered, rivers dried, and despair grew heavy. Jack could no longer bear to see the kingdom suffer. At last, he resolved to face destiny. He appeared before the king, bowing low, surprised but curious. The king asked why Jack had refused the first summons. Jack confessed his fear, saying he had doubted his abilities. The king, seeing sincerity, forgave him. In the palace garden, Jack approached the colossal beanstalk. Nervous, he swung a normal sword. The blade barely scratched the surface, and laughter erupted from the crowd. The king's face darkened with disappointment. Anger burned inside Jack. Enough of hiding. He drew forth his glowing sword, its brilliance silencing the crowd. With a mighty strike, he cleaved into the beanstalk. At first, nothing happened. Then, with a deafening crack, the beanstalk trembled and collapsed, crashing down with force that shook the earth. The land revived. Field grew fertile, rivers flowed, and hope returned. Jack, once a nameless wanderer, became a hero. In time, he was crowned king and with a princess. His legend sung in every corner of the kingdom. Thus, Jack became known forever as the greatest Jack of all time. Jack finally lived up to his expectations. We have come to the end of the story. Hope you enjoyed.